Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jerry from Jerry's Garden with this week video, and we will be talking about my beautiful Queen Janet High Constellation. This video has been requested by ValerioD. Thank you very much, Valerio, for your request. I hope this video answered all your questions. If not, let me comment down below and I will be happy to answer any additional questions. And without any further ado, let's go into this week video. We will be talking a little bit about the history. If you know or don't know, the Thai constellation is actually a product of tissue culture. It has been designed in the labs in Thailand, and basically the growing stock, this is basically Monstera deliciosa, which is genetically modified. And what was the purpose of the tissue culture? It was the create, which they did quite successful, can be honest, create a plant with stable variegation. That means all this sectoral variegation or just like speckles all over the leaves, you don't need to be worried about it. There will be there all the time. You don't need to maintain it, and that's why this plant is so popular. The growing stock is basically Monstera deliciosa, which here we just need to remember that leaves of Monstera deliciosa, they can grow huge. Probably here in UK it's not gonna happen in my house because the temperature and the humidity is just not ideal. But if you give ideal condition this house plant, it will grow wild. And you've got all over the internet pictures of the big massive plant. If we're talking about the price, yes, they're quite pricey to get. And last time I checked, I could get one for about from £180 all the way to thousands. It depends the maturity of the plant size, if it's a plant or if it's cutting, which you really need to look around. And Monstera deliciosa, the green version, is native to Mexico and South America, but we need to remember here, like anaroids, they're usually quite invasive, and in some countries around the world, actually Monstera deliciosa is on the list as an invasive plant. That means if that plant is planted somewhere which is not native, that plant can destroy the environment there, which we just need to remember. It was just like interesting fact, can be honest, right? Well, the Thai constellation is very slow grower, guys. Don't be surprised if you get her home and she doesn't do anything for 3 to 6 months, because that's just her nature. And it could be also impacted many different factors: time of the year you're ordering her, how big she is, temperature, light, and it will be probably traveling shock involved as well. Which if you bring her home, don't be disappointed that you're not gonna see any growth for 6 months. Okay, that's normal. She's very slow grower. However, when she take off, she can push like each month one leaf if the environment you give her is actually ideal. And yeah, what does she do? She's got this beautiful sectoral variegation. If you've got her, probably you will get the leaf which is with no fenestration, but the variegation is already present. Second step will be you start having the fenestration, and more like plant community desirable look is with the secondary fenestration, which are start appealing here, and that's why the leaf grows bigger. And bear in mind, this the stock the genes were implanted is actually Monstera deliciosa, which the leaves can grow into the massive sizes, but that's again dependent on the condition you give them. Here I'm living in UK, this is my opinion, and I give you my growing tips as here in the UK, which is 4 seasons and quite cold winter and could be quite dark summers as well. Well, what about soil? Thai constellation, like every other arrow, it's like nice, light, airy soil with loads of bark, loads of perlite, some warm castings. You can add it if you wanted to, just make it nice and airy. Ideal pH is somewhere between 5 to 7.5. And if you grow them in the pot, you should repot your Thai constellation. It's usually recommended every like 2 years to just refresh the soil, give her more nutrients. You can also check on the roots, trim the roots if you need to. I'm growing my in the medium. I'm ordering from Soil Ninja, which is a Monstera and philodendron mix, which is absolutely amazing. And as you can see, she love it, which I have no issue with that. About humidity, the Thai Constellation will be happy somewhere about 60% up, but you can, my humidity, if I check it now, my humidity at the moment is 68%, but in the winter, this humidity can go down to 50%. It depends how often you use your central heating if you live in cold countries. And what about the light, bright indirect light? I would not put her anywhere into the direct sunlight, because then you can get that variegation burn, and she can crisp it up. Where she lives now, she's got from the one side, she's got the grow lights. From the other side, there is the window, if you see behind me over there, which I'm trying to balance that light. However, not every day is happy. If you see, I'm gonna show you this leaf over there. You see how bent it is. I think she's trying to do some yoga class or something, which that's basically just bent like that. I don't know why, what is the reason, but it's quite funky, I think. What about temperature? The ideal temperature for the Thai is somewhere between 18 to 21 degrees. I'm sorry guys if somebody watching in US, I don't do Fahrenheit. I have no idea what Fahrenheit means and how you read them. But it is 18 to 21 degrees. If the temperature in your room goes below 18 degrees, you need to remember it's slow grower. Below 18 degrees, that growth slowing even more. And if you get under the 10 degrees, the growth completely stop and the plant goes dormant. Anyway, the Thai goes dormant in winter due to temperature, but dormant means like she slowing growth. That's why it's important to remember. Now you're gonna have a leaf each month, and once it's coming to like September, October, she will really start slowing down. She is not frost hardy at all. I would avoid anywhere. She's not gonna go anywhere like outside in summer. I know some people does that, but I'm too scared or too worried, I would say, to stick her somewhere outside in summer, and that's just because I love her too much. Well, as I said, like propagating this plant can be quite hard. I didn't get my shit together, sorry for language, but to actually cut it yet. And the reason why is because I've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves, but I want to really grow. I give her this support and I want to grow her up, and then probably once I've got about 10 leaves, I will get the balls to chop her off. You need to remember the nodes are very close together. It's probably a good idea to really be careful, because if you chop the leaves with no node, you're gonna have a nice vase decoration but no roots. And this plant is quite pricey, okay? But the propagation is one way how you can expand your collection or share your plants with somebody else, but we need to be careful. I don't have any experience propagating her, which I'm just gonna pass this point, because until I do that, I'm not gonna tell you my sort of experience. In case of fertilizer, I've got this in that pot just under the year. I do not fertilize this plant because the substrate's got already worm castings in it, which they keep the nutrients. I will start fertilizer probably in a couple of months, just give her a little bit of boost. But other than that, if you just use just ordinary organic houseplant fertilizer, she should be happy. Alright, which is not the rocket science, doesn't need any fancy plant food or anything like that, just box standard. And if you're talking about the development of this plant, it can take up to somewhere between year and 2 years when this plant will be like an adult plant and grow the beautiful leaves with secondary fenestrations, which that's we need to remember that it's quite a long run. It's not like I will buy it, have it for 2 months and resell it with the big leaves. Absolutely not. That's why I like this. I like collecting the plants because you excited from the development and you see from the baby leaf like this to grow to beautiful secondary fenestrations with the variegation as well. I'm so excited to see that, and I'm excited about the new leaf poking out here, which I'm like, yes, here we go. But also we don't need we can't forget our famous pests. And the Thai constellation is prone to just standard pests like soft scale, thrips, mealybugs, but also she is more prone to root rot, as I said before. And also what could be dangerous for your plants is salt buildup, which that's basically if you over fertilize your plant, or some people grow them in the leca, which is important to flush that salt and that nutrients out and make sure it's nice and clean and healthy. And this brings me to the end of this video. Just let you know, Monstera Thai Constellation is also toxic to pets and you should keep her away from children. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a like, don't forget to subscribe. Let me down in comments below if this video answered your questions, or if you got any more questions, let me know in comments down below. You can follow me on Instagram as well, where I post the updates about all my houseplants regularly. Which it was nice to see you guys here. I hope you enjoyed this video and you take care. Bye.